Okay, so we're so excited that you're all here for Isabelle's fun cooking class. And we want to, as I said, thank the library, Los Gatos Library and Jen for collaborating with us. Actually, we have a series of programs coming up, and this is our first. So we're kicking off with this, and we're so excited to do that. Plant-Based Advocates is an all-volunteer organization with a mission to help people eat more plant-based for environmental reasons, health reasons, and also for animal welfare reasons. We're always looking for volunteers, so if you're interested in volunteering with us, please do leave us your email in the form, and you can also find out about future events and activities that we have planned. We are so excited to have our fantastic French chef, Isabelle. Isabelle also runs a micro sanctuary called Clorofil in Los Altos, where she has some adorable chickens and turkeys. And in addition to that, she teaches people how to rescue and care for pet chickens. So thank you for being here, Isabelle. We're so honored to have you, and let's get started.
You mute and you remove. Better give us. Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes. Yes.
Yes, thumbs up?
Yeah, I saw thumbs up. Yep.
Okay, excellent. Well, welcome everyone to La Cuisine de Clorofil. I'm going to introduce ourselves a little bit more in detail while I'm cooking, because I really want to start right away. I have an ambitious menu for the 1 hour. We are going to do Gougeres. They are little French cheese puffs, and I just mastered that recipe, so you are having a premiere tonight. And while this is cooking, I'm going to make a dessert, a lemon parfait. So I just want to introduce quickly my friend Kimi, who is going to be at the computer answering all your questions on the chat. She will be the interface between you and me, because I can't hear you anymore. We are on mics. And so if you have any questions, please type them on the chat. Kimi is going to ask them to me.
I'm Havana White today.
Exactly. And then I want to also thank my husband, which is behind the camera, and that's going to follow me in the kitchen tonight. Okay, so let's start with those little French cheese puffs. I don't know if you know the choux pastry, but this is what we are going to make tonight, a savory choux pastry. So we start with a pot that I'm going to start heating. And we use a mix of milk and water. And of course, when I'm going to say cheese and milk and butter, all we are using here is going to be plant-based. I'm using soy milk. I'm putting a 1/4 cup of soy milk, a 1/4 cup water, and butter, and I'm using the Earth Balance butter. So this is the beginning of the pâte à choux. I'm going to bring that to a simmer. I want the butter to melt. I have the oven that I started to preheat already a couple minutes ago. It's preheating at 400 degrees Fahrenheit. And you don't need to take notes. Really enjoy the cooking show. I'm going to share the recipe afterwards. Actually, maybe you want to share the link. If you want to receive the recipe, we need your email address. So Kim is going to share right now a little Google form where you can sign up for the recipe or some chlorophyll news or some plant-based advocate news.
So it's optional what emails you get. So you can just get the recipe if you want. And if you want to get any other updates from Isabelle and her wonderful sanctuary, you can do that as well. I just put it in the chat for you.
Okay, Peter, do you want to go on top of that to see The butter is melted. I'm waiting for a little simmer.
Nikita says, I remember you from NetApp. I'm excited to learn from you.
Awesome. Hi. Yeah, that was my previous life. I was a software engineer, and then chicken took over the world. Okay, so while the simmer is happening, actually. Simmer is happening. I'm going to throw the flour. I am using bread flour, and I'm doing that all in once, not slowly. I'm lowering the heat.
We can make a mess.
I'm making a mess. Okay, so here, what's happening, the choux pastry is one of the only pastry that cook twice. That cook first in the stove, on the stove top, like I'm doing right now. And what I'm doing is I'm really trying to remove all the little spots of flour. So it's well incorporated. And the second time it's going to cook, it's going to be in the oven. And I think this is only one of the pastry that will do that. Also, I'm cooking the flour here. And what it does, it basically gelatinizes the starch in the flour. And this is kind of important. So so when the little puff are going to rise in the oven, that layer is going to prevent the steam from escaping. And that's what makes them light and airy. Okay, can you see now? I have a beautiful dough. It's detaching from the pan. And this is ready. I want now to cool that dough. So I'm putting it in a bowl. And I'm going to flatten it to release even more heat. And if I would have plenty of time, I would just leave it at room temperature to kind of cool down. But now I'm going to do it the fast way and going to ask Kimi to put that into the freezer for about 5 minutes. Thank you. While this is going in the freezer, I'm going to start preparing the egg mix. I'm using just egg. I don't know if you're familiar with that. This is a great, great egg replacement. It's made with mung beans, and it does behave exactly like eggs. So I'm using half a cup of that. I'm going to put a quarter cup of the soy milk. And a little bit of salt. And this is just regular salt. Whisking that. And I have my egg mixture. This egg mixture, I'm going to mix it in the dough we just did. And that's important that the dough is cool because otherwise the egg would cook if I incorporate them now. So, and I don't want to cook the eggs now, I want to cook them in the oven.
Someone would like to know where you buy your just egg from. I know you can get it from Whole Foods. Sometimes you can get it on sale at grocery outlet.
Yes, and this one actually I bought it at Andronicos, which is a little store in Los Altos, but you can find it in a lot of stores. I believe Walmart has it too, because their goal were ready to have a wild, rich, wide, not wild. Okay, those are cheese puffs. So I need cheese. I'm using the mozzarella shreds from Violife because they melt pretty well. I really like them for that. As you can see, the shred, when I take out of the package, are pretty long. And I want them a bit smaller, so I'm going to chop that. And the reason I want them smaller is mostly because I'm going to pipe that dough into little amounts, and I don't want the cheese to get stuck in it. Okay. So now maybe I can tell you a little bit more. We have a couple of minutes, maybe one more minute. Let me tell you a little bit more about those Gougeres and why I like them so much, and I choose them to show them to you tonight. So Gougeres come from Burgundy, an area in France where you probably know the wine. And I grew up there. And we serve those little Gougeres while tasting wine in the cellars. And we also do that, use them as appetizer for special occasions. So kind of a nostalgia to me to make them. But I've really been trying to veganize the recipe from my mom for a while now. And finally, I had a breakthrough during the holiday. And this is why I'm super excited to show you those little savory puff. Okay, it's ready. Yes, thank you, Kimi. So you will see when they're also very nice and to serve and like an appetizer. You go to a potluck or you receive, you host a nice event. Those are really nice and fun to have on the table. Okay, thank you so much, Kimi. Okay, the dough is cooler. So now I'm going to incorporate the egg mix. And you want to do it slowly. So maybe like 2 spoons at a time. And then really work the egg into the dough. Has anyone made choux pastry before?
No.
I mean, choux pastry is also used, on more sweet dessert like profiterole. We probably had profiteroles or éclairs.
Unlike Isabelle, I can barely bake cookies.
The new of our audience has baked choux before.
So someone said they had before they were vegan. She made cream puffs.
Yes, those are delicious.
Yes.
So you will be able to use kind of the same dough. Just add a little bit of sugar at the beginning. And of course, no cheese. More egg.
And Joan says she's made Gruyere before as well.
Okay. Yeah, the thing that was really hard to veganize them is the egg, right? Because that recipe used like 4 eggs. And the egg have a special property when they cook, to make that little structure in the dough. Okay, let's put everything. Okay, so now look at how my dough is. It's a little bit more softer, more liquid. Everything is incorporated. Can you see that? So it's not totally hard, but it's, So now it's time to add the cheese. The cheese we just chopped.
I'd like to know if you've ever tried using flax seeds in water for the egg replacement.
Yeah, yes, I've tried many recipes. It does not work in that recipe because you really want something that mimic the egg as close as possible and create that structure. And really, Just Egg so far is the only one I found that really works. Yeah, I tried the egg replacer from Bob Meal, so not for that recipe. I use them for when I bake cake, of course. Okay. Okay, so my dough is ready. Now it's going, sorry, be time to put them on my, going to beep, no? Okay, so I have a baking sheet with some parchment paper. Now you could use the spoon to kind of place them, but I found it not so, yeah, it's not really looking the same. So I'm using a piping bag, which I made. It's really a Ziploc bag that, you know, I fold into a triangle. I use duct tape on the side.
Very creative.
Very, yes. If you have a piping bag, of course, you can use it. Okay, so let's put the dough in there. Oops. That's always a bit the messier part. But you certainly want something with a wide opening to put that dough because it's really like heavy and sticky. Okay, the nice thing about a Ziploc bag is you can close it on the top. Now I need to make a little hole to pipe it. And voila. Okay, so I'm going to make those little mounds. I want them to be about 2 inches wide, maybe an inch high.
Someone's wondering if the egg mixture would work for challah, for taste.
For what?
Challah, C-H-A-L-L-A. I'm not sure, to be honest.
You know, I don't know what it is.
And then someone else said there's also Simply Eggless, liquid egg replacer. Have you heard of that one?
I have not.
Okay, it's supposed to work similarly to Just Egg.
Okay. The only other egg replacer I've tried is the one that you can find at Trader Joe. And
it's not
really behaved the same way.
It's also doesn't taste the same.
So here are my little two. How pretty they are.
It's pronounced challah. Sorry, my apologies. Ah, it's Jewish bread.
Oh, okay, okay, yes. I've never done that, so yeah, maybe. Oops. You see, that's a piece of cheese, of the long cheese that was not properly chopped.
And then someone would like to know if like one of those silk pat baking sheets would work. You know, like maybe
like a silicone.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Okay, so
yeah, you just want something that does not stick. Okay. One more, maybe I can squeeze out of that. No, that's it. Okay. So here are my little Gougeres. We are going to put them in the oven. Again, it has been preheated at 400 degrees. And from now on, you do not open that door until it's done. And that's really the key. Because those little puffs are going to raise thanks to the steam inside. So if you open the door, it's going to lower the temperature of the oven, and the little puffs are just going to flatten. So I have my oven light, it was on, and I'm going to check in 30 minutes. Set timer, 30 minutes.
Somebody had a comment on the convection oven.
Convection oven, if so, turn it off.
No, actually, I do use the convection. It's on. Oh, so yes, no, I use the convection oven. And actually, if you look at the temperature here, it's 355 because it's a convection. Yeah, sorry, 375. So I always go 25 degrees lower when I'm in convection oven than the recipe says.
Okay.
Okay, so while this is cooking, let's make some dessert. What time is it? I just want. We're good. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let me switch my new mise en place. I can go further away. I need milk, all that.
Somebody asked to introduce our doggy.
Oh, can you see her? Oh, she's there.
Oh, you didn't see her?
No. So this is Sky. She's not alone in the kitchen right now because we have a guest. Sky has been rescued from a dog meat farm, and she has been with us for the last 3 years. And as you can imagine, she's working through a lot of trauma, and meeting new people is really hard for her. But actually, she's doing so well. I mean, the fact that she has not barked, I'm really impressed. So, okay. And that's the thing we do. I mean, in addition to cooking and eating good food, we rescue animals, usually farm animals that have been farmed. So we have chickens from the egg industry and turkeys from the meat industry living in our backyards. Okay, so let's start. I'm going to do a lemon parfait. And for a lemon parfait, you need a lemon curd first. And I'm going to use the recipe from Yoko. I don't know if some of you know that book. It's the Vegan Pantry. It's really a nice book. It has a lot of staples that you can do yourself. And I'm going to jump right there at the page for lemon curd, which is going to be the base of my dessert. So normally lemon curd, use a lot of eggs and cream. So what we are going to use for cream, we are going to use cashews, because cashews have a little secret. You can milk them. And when I discovered that, I was so happy because, well, I guess I didn't introduce, but I am from France. You probably figured out already. And we use so much dairy and butter and cream and cheese. And that was kind of the hardest when I became vegan. It's like, what am I going to eat? And actually, I didn't have to give up any of the delicious creamy and buttery dishes because, well, thanks to the cashews. Okay, so I'm going to make a cream. I'm using a cup of raw cashew. And 1 cup of water. And I'm going to blend them. So it's going to be a bit noisy. Before I start that, I just want to say, this is a high-speed blender. I mean, a very high-speed blender, which means I did not need to soak my nuts before doing what I'm going to do, milk or cream. If you do not have a high-speed blender, I mean, you just need to soak the nuts beforehand. So get ready. Zoom may just cut the sound because that's what the noise algorithm does. So. Ta-da! I have cream, cashew cream. Isn't that amazing? And if you want to make milk out of cashew, you do the same. It's just the ratio between the nuts and the water is different. You just put more water, so it's more liquid. But now I want something creamy. So let's pour that in my pan.
One sec.
I want all the goodies from my blender. So the very cool thing also about cashews is, compared to other nuts, is they do have a lot of fat and they have starch also. So when you heat them, like I'm doing right now, it actually thickens. And if you were to do like a white sauce, savory white sauce that you would put on like Alfredo, sauce, you would add salt and pepper now, maybe some nutmeg,
Nutritional yeast.
Nutritional yeast if we want to make it a cheesy taste. And that's how I replace a lot of cream actually in my dish, like lasagna. That would be a perfect thing to throw at it. So now I'm heating the cream, and I'm going to wait. The goal I'm trying to reach there is to make it thicker. And you can see already now, it's kind of separating when I do that.
It smells so good.
But that's probably the Gougeres in the oven.
Oh,
that's
you're
that's
probably
not to
right.
smell
Yes,
good.
I think that is what it is.
Yeah.
I smell something delicious.
Okay, it's becoming thicker. Can you see that on the camera? I don't know if you have too much steam. But this is really nice. Okay, so now, because I want to do a lemon curd, I did squeeze the juice of 5 lemons, which I'm going to throw in. Before squeezing them, I took their zest. So I have about 2 tablespoons of zest. And well, because it's a dessert and it's cream, we need sugar. Okay, so now I have the cashew and the water, the cashew cream, the lemon zest and juice, and I have the sugar. I'm going to beat that a little bit with my whisk. And the goal here is to get something creamy.
Do you use a tart lemon? Someone would like to know.
I love Meyer lemons. So this is what I'm using, but you could use, Eureka lemons or, what you like. And also Meyer lemons are the ones that grow in the garden, so. Okay, so this is a nice consistency. I'm going to maybe for 1 more minute, because I want it, it's creamy already, but I maybe want it to thicken a little bit more. But you really need to turn because it's, you know, I don't want it to burn on the bottom of the pot. Okay, so this is a nice consistency. You can see it's creamy. It's going to thicken more later. So I'm going to switch off things now. Now it's time, well, it's a dessert, and it's time to add some fat. So I'm adding butter again it's our balanced butter. I'm doing that out of the heat. It's off. I have, by the way, I don't know if you've noticed, I'm using induction cooking. So I don't need to remove my pot out of, you know, the stove. It's really like if you're cooking on gas, you switch it off, it's just off. It does not heat anymore.
That texture is so great. Wow.
So I'm waiting for the butter to melt a little bit. If you want kind of a nice yellow color to your, I know I'm touching the oven all the time. Sorry. If you want it to be a bit more yellow, use turmeric. A little pinch of turmeric will go far. So that's optional. You don't have to put it there. But I like kind of the yellow color it gives. I'm going to whisk that. Make sure it's going. Okay, so my curd is ready. Now, of course, it's way too hot to use it. So I'm going to put it in the fridge for a while. Look at that beautiful cream.
That's so pretty.
Okay, and that's going to go in the fridge. Also, right now it's way too hot to go in the fridge. So I'm just going to put it on the side. So better if you can follow me. So imagine we are like a few hours later, or maybe tomorrow morning. You open your fridge, and ta-da! You have a beautiful lemon curd. So I'm going to take that out with some berries. Thank you. I will take that. My mess away. Okay, look at that. Look how it also kind of, you know, become thicker in the fridge. It's exactly the same, you know, recipe I did yesterday. Also, the color yellow is really yellow. The turmeric kind of, it gets yellower as, you know, it is. Okay, so now to make a parfait, I'm going to make a very simple parfait. I'm going to take a nice container, a nice glass, and a little bit, oops, of the curd. Okay. You have not seen that. Could you give me a paper, please? Thank you. All right. So imagine that did not happen. And I have a few berries that I cleaned. I have, can be, you know, whatever berries you like. I have blueberries, raspberries, even blackberry, strawberry will be really nice, but the one on the market will not that nice at this time of the year. And now I make another layer. And we start again, another layer of berry. Some people like to add a layer of whipped cream in between.
Ooh.
I will need a taller glass to be able to do that. There are a lot of plant-based whipped cream out there, usually based on coconut. I love cocoa whipped cream, something you can put in the freezer and use as exactly that dessert on top of ice cream, wherever you use whipped cream. You could also make your own. I don't have time to demonstrate that, but by basically using coconut cream and whipping it with some sugar. You probably have done that, Kim,
Made whipped cream?
Yeah, made whipped cream.
Just like with the coconut canned milk. Yeah, definitely. It's super easy.
Okay. So here we go. You have a beautiful dessert that, look pretty amazing. And that was like not that hard to make. So, well, bon appetit. Kimmy, do you want to give me the honors?
Yes, I do. Actually, that'd be great. Thanks. Ooh, it's so pretty. It's so lemony. It's really good.
So that's a dessert for the day.
So good.
Any question on the lemon curd? Let me check the time. Oh, we're quite good on time. I kind of hurry through the things, but we do have some time. Any question about the dessert, the lemon curd, any of what we've done so far? No? I wish I could share with you guys. Okay. Then I'm going to show you the different alternative that I use for eggs. So we just use the just egg. It's really nice if you want to do scrambles, if you want to do things where egg is a major component, like I use it for quiche, because it really does behave like egg when you cook it. Otherwise, if you just use an egg for the binding, like in a cake, when you bake a cake, really eggs are just there to keep all the ingredients together. I love using applesauce. A quart cup applesauce for one egg. And that's really one of the easiest replacements. Somebody earlier mentioned flaxseed. I use that a lot also. And it's called a flax egg, when you mix 1 tablespoon of flaxseed meal and with 3 tablespoons of water. You mix that together and it makes a gelatinous, thick, consistency that you can then mix with your cake or cookies. Yes.
So we have a couple questions.
Right.
One is, someone asked, if you make the dessert early in the day and keep it in the fridge for a dinner party later, will it stay fairly good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then someone else wanted to know, does just scrambled eggs taste similar to eggs? I don't remember what eggs taste like. Do you?
I kind of do a little bit, but yes, it does.
Okay.
It's
as close as we can get right now anyway.
It is very close.
Yeah.
Actually, now you will find a lot of restaurants when they offer, especially breakfast places, when they want to offer a vegan option, they do use just egg because it's easy for them just to replace. They don't have to really think.
Have you tried the sparrow pepita egg?
I've not.
I have not either.
I've not. How is it? I've tried some of their cheese of sparrow because they use a lot of seeds. And then the other egg replacer that I sometimes use is just, the egg replacer from Bob's Red Mill. This is really easy. Also, they tell you to combine 1 tablespoon of that powder with 2 tablespoons of water. And same thing as the flaxseed, you're getting a gelatinous substance that basically is going to bind everything together.
Someone's wondering about chia.
Chia seed, yeah. All those seeds that basically kind of gel together when you put them in water, that would be great. Yeah. absolutely. Any other, are you using other replacement than those?
I usually, I typically use the just egg or, but I always use flaxseed and water in my baking. That's the only one I use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I love applesauce because it's so easy. I always have
should use that. You're right. I should use applesauce.
Especially in cakes, it makes it kind of moist.
Yeah.
So that's nice. So that's for the eggs. I make crepes also. Again, another French thing. And that is perfect. Because again, all the things that need the structure of the egg when you cook like a pancake or the little Gougeres you're making, this is really good. Okay, well, let's talk about dairy alternatives. My favorite milk is the one from Oatly. It's basically oat milk. I can pick it out maybe. There are tons of plant-based milk on the market. So really, I encourage you to try different brand, different nuts, or sometimes there are seeds or like oats. Try them, see the one you like the best. I mean, we all have different tastes. What is your favorite milk?
I like Oatly.
Oatly?
Yeah, I think I like Oatly, and also just whatever's on sale.
Well, that's a good argument too. And sometimes if you have a grocery outlet close by, they also have very, very good price. You just don't have much, the choice.
As many options, yeah.
Actually, before Oatly, I was just making my own milk with cashews, exactly like I showed you with the cream, except the proportion where I think, I will send you that in the email, but it was a quarter cup cashew and about 4 cups water. And that will make milk. For those of you that like coffee with cream, those are two really good options. I mean, there are, again, a lot more options, but those are what my friends like the best.
Califia makes a really good one. My friends, that's their favorite.
Which one?
Califia.
Okay, Califia. Yeah. And Califia is also a local company. So, okay. And we, for butter, those are my two favorites. We use Earth Balance in both the recipe tonight, because this is great for baking. It behaves exactly like, you would use butter. I love Nyoko's butter too.
It's so good.
But I don't really cook with it because I find it's, I find it better to eat. You
just need it straight out of the package. We know your secret now.
Well, French, right? Don't forget about that. Bread and butter is good. So I love using that butter when I want the taste of butter. Like, I do mashed potatoes and I want just a little melting butter. I would use Nyoko. But, again, taste. So there are lots of out there. Try them. The Earth Balance come also like a spreadable. And we talk about cashews a lot, but actually there are lots of other nuts out there. I'm not going to list them. There are so many. I personally prefer cashew because there is a lot of fat in it. So maybe that's a feature that some of you do not like. Okay.
And at Trader Joe's, there are 40.
Oh yeah, thank you, Peter.
Cheaper.
Yeah, so the thing with cashews, they are expensive nuts, and so that could be another reason why you decide to go with another nut. But Trader Joe's so far is the best place where best price.
They have a good vegan butter actually too.
Yes,
I just tried it for the first time and I really like it. Yep.
Okay. Okay. Any question on all those alternatives?
Everyone's quiet all of a sudden.
Okay, so let's have a look at our little puffs. What's the time?
Those look good.
Where's my time? Okay.
We have 25 minutes.
25 minutes in. So we are going to have to wait probably 5 more minutes.
We have a question.
Oh yes, go for question. We have 5 minutes.
This
Go ahead.
question might take a couple minutes.
Yes.
Do you worry about the chemicals and harmful ingredients used in substitute vegan products?
Well, so interestingly, I mean, some of what I've shown you, I mean, this is apple, nothing else.
And same with the flaxseed too, right? Just
Flaxseed. This is it, you know, just the seeds. Those have a little bit more components. I don't know if they are organic or not. They don't say, so probably not. I personally don't worry too much about that, but if it's something, you know, there are plenty of other options. Like the milk that I use. So I didn't mention this milk because this is the one I use for baking. This is the one I use for drinking. And if I look at the ingredient, there is oat, there is a few more ingredients, but not that many. But if you want like very simple, this is water and soybean. This is the soy milk from Trader Joe, nothing else.
You can actually find a lot of clean vegan products.
And this is organic too.
Yeah, so it's just your choice on what you decide to. Someone wanted to know, oh, we have a lot of questions. Okay, hold on. There's a preservative in just eggs that is questionable. I'm not sure which preservative that is.
Yeah. And, you know, I mean,
so it's up to you.
It's up to you. It also depends how much quantity of everything you need. If it's the only thing you eat, probably, you know.
Mary is wondering, how would the choux pastry turn out using a gluten-free flour?
Oh, that would not turn out well. The gluten in that recipe is key. Actually, I tried before. So that recipe is using bread flour, which has even a higher gluten content than a typical all-purpose flour. You could use all-purpose. It's just that they're going to be a bit flatter. I mean, the gluten is what basically makes the bubbles, you know, grow. Into the I don't know the scientific, you know, word for that, but basically it's what make it, you know, rise more, and that's why we use, you know, bread flours for bread. So no, I don't think that could work. I mean, if you do try and, you know, experiment, and I would be happy to see your results, but probably not.
Yeah, she's disappointed.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yeah,
but there are so many I actually was gluten-free for 5 years, and there are so many things you can do to make lots of gluten-free desserts. Yeah. Cashews are a huge base. I used to make raw vegan gluten-free cheesecakes, just basically out of cashews, and then the crust would be like nuts and seeds and dates. Yeah. So sometimes it's a little harder to make things like this, but there are still lots of good options.
I don't know if I mentioned that. So I am actually a little bit gluten sensitive too. So when I eat the Gougeres, it's in moderation, and usually, you know, I have a little gluten pill to help me digest the gluten. But when most of my cooking, I don't use regular flour. I use that flour. It's not gluten free. I want to make sure. So if you have celiac, this is not what you want to use. But this is made with einkorn. Einkorn is the ancestor of the modern wheat. And actually, if you look at it, it has only one kernel, einkorn in German.
Oh, I didn't realize that. Thank you for that connection.
If you look at modern wheat, it has like 2 korns. So it's slightly different. Its gluten content is less. And I'm doing all my cooking, actually my crepes and my bread and my pizza dough with that flour. And it does behave, the nice thing, it does behave like flour. And I didn't try it yet with the Gougeres. I may try that in the near future, because that would be really nice. Then I can eat more of them.
So thanks for the advice on einkorn. And I believe your blog also probably has a lot of gluten-free recipes on it.
Yes, well, a recipe that does not use gluten at all. Yeah. I'm not so much into the replacer, except for
yeah.
Okay. Are they ready yet? Are they ready yet? Ooh. I don't know how much you can see through the oven, but they are.
We can actually see. We can see.
You can see
they look so good. Oh my goodness.
And you're missing the smell.
It smells so good, guys.
Okay, so 30 minutes is over. I wish they would be a little bit darker.
Wait a couple more minutes.
Yeah, let's wait a couple more minutes.
I mean, we can give out our links and
yes, please, absolutely.
I was going to say this might be a good time for us to run our poll.
Again,
Would you like us to run your
the place to
yes, let's do that.
To share your email? We have a little Google form where you can put your email address and choose what you want to receive. You have a choice to receive just a follow-up email from this event with the recipes, the 2 recipes I shared. You can sign up for all chlorophyll food events in the future. We love to cook, so we do a lot of those. And of course, you can also sign up to receive news from the Plant-Based Advocate, who are, by the way, generously sponsoring that event. So thank you, guys. So you send that link?
Yeah, so I did the Google form. I'm going to send the link. Also, the Los Gatos Library, they're asking if they want, if we want them to run the poll.
Yes, sure. Now would be a good time, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Going to put that
There
back
we
in the
go.
fridge with me if you want to.
Poll should be visible. There we go.
Okay.
And then if you want to comment in the comments,
I'm going to share the link for Isabelle's not-for-profit, her
So the
chlorophyll.
So chlorophyll is the name of our little nonprofit. And as Lisa introduced it at the beginning, we are doing, we are rescuing chickens mostly, but giving also classes about how to take care for them, and promoting adoption, because I didn't know when I got my first chickens, you could actually adopt a chicken like you do for a cat and dog. So no need to go buy, baby chicks from hatcheries. You could, adopt them. There are a lot of them looking for homes. We do also a lot of humane education, where we go to schools, summer camps, libraries, community centers, and talk about farmed animal in general. This is not the food part. This is more, we talk about the impact of animal agriculture on the planet, on the ethicals of it, things like that. And then there is the link to all the recipes.
So I just shared that. So the recipe section of Isabelle's website, I just shared that in the chat. Someone is asking, how do we access the video recording of this evening? Do we know how to do that?
So the library and the Plant-Based Advocates, both of them are going to put that on their YouTube channel. So I guess, probably not tonight, but like in a couple of days, it will be there. And if you put your email address in the follow-up email, we will send you the link to all that. Okay.
Okay. Do we want to end the poll?
Well, let the library do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I am ending the poll in just a few seconds if anyone else wants to vote.
Excuse me, better. Okay, are you ready? Well, tell me when the poll is done. I think I'm going to switch off.
Can someone comment and let me know if you can see the results to the poll?
Okay, are we ready?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Ooh.
Ta-da! You are missing the smell. It doesn't go through Zoom, unfortunately. But look at those little pups. So, look at them. They are hard and crispy outside. That's exactly what I want.
Those are gorgeous.
And I want to cut one in two just to show you how it looks inside. Look at that. I mean, let me open it. So this is exactly the structure you want. Light and airy, is cheesy inside and crunchy on the outside.
Someone wants to know if they can line up outside your house.
Okay, now the taste.
Oh yeah, yes please, yes please.
It's hot.
Okay, I'll wait a second then. Oh, it looks so good. It smells so good.
So tasty. Very tasty.
Oh wow. Holy.
Is that your first time eating a gougere?
Yes, it is actually. Mmm. It's carbs and cheese. Where can it go wrong? Oh, so good.
And fat.
And it looks, I mean, for someone like me who is not great at baking or anything to do with flour or anything like that, it actually looks pretty easy. I think I could make this at home.
Yeah, actually tell me when you do it. Excuse me. I'm going to take, so you want to let them cool down a little bit because now, I mean, we are like super hungry. But you want to let them cool a little bit, not too much, because they are better served warm. But look how pretty it is.
They're so pretty.
My plate is maybe a little bit too small. But bring that, to the table.
Impress your non-vegan friends. This is an impressive dish.
Yeah. Oh, those are the kind of dish I love to bring to potluck party because nobody believes that it's vegan, and they're so good. So, well, thank you all for joining tonight. If you have any more questions, maybe, or maybe there are questions.
Enable the sound there, and I'll switch.
Okay, excellent.
Okay, sure.
And you can maybe put your camera back.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Isabelle and Kimmy and our cameraman. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Peter. Thanks for everyone for joining us tonight.
You're very welcome.
We will get this ready to share, the recording ready to share, and I am going to send around the library survey one more time. If folks wouldn't mind telling us how they learn about library programs, we appreciate it. And don't forget to check our schedule to see when the next Plant-Based Advocates program will be. If you like this one, you will probably like those as well. And we will be, one more time, we have a program tomorrow night at 5, Owning Your Own Environmental Story. If you'd like to hear Christy Drutman from Brown Girl Green talk, we'll be in the building. Thank you so much again.
You're very welcome, and thanks again to the Plant-Based Advocate for sponsoring that event, inviting us, and you guys at the library for hosting it. It's really a pleasure to be there with you guys.
Thank you. Lisa, did you have any last thoughts you wanted to share with us?
I just wanted to share our website. I put it in the chat, so if people want to visit our website. And again, I want to thank Isabelle. That was so fun. And I'm not much of a chef either, but I think I could probably pull that off. And again, thank you, Los Gatos Library, for hosting this.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Maybe Kimmy, one more time with the email. Thank you.
Let me put the link up one more time. Sorry, someone just asked for it again.
That's the most important thing. And if you forgot, just contact, or if you missed it somehow, contact us at the library. We'll connect you.
And Clorofil is based in Los Altos. So we are in the South Bay also.
Yeah. All right, so there's the link one more time, guys.
And again, Happy New Year. And if you need any help in your plant-based journey, you know where to find me. Always happy to share recipes.
Yeah, so make sure you check out our website. It has lots of great tips on it too.
Yep.
All right.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good night.
Good night.
Bye. Maybe you stop that, but you keep this one.
Okay. Did you see? Do you want to?